欢迎来到 Ariel and Leo 的设计沙龙。
Welcome back to the deep dive. So, today we're looking at something that honestly feels like a black magic hardware hack.
Oh, totally. It really does.
But we are doing it entirely with text. Because we're basically giving Google's Gemini a brain transplant.
Right, yeah. We are manually installing a feature that it officially does not have.
Exactly. We are building a modular system, giving it skills.
Skills.
Yeah.
That's the magic word today.
It is. Because if you follow AI at all, you know Anthropic has a feature for their model called Claude Skills.
Yes, Claude Skills. Developers are obsessed with it.
Right. It's super clean. It's modular. And meanwhile, those of us using Gemini are just looking at our Gemini gems and feeling, well, a little jealous.
Oh, for sure. Because if you've used Gemini gems, where you give the AI a custom personality or set of rules.
Right, like, you are a coding tutor or whatever.
Exactly. It works great at first,
yeah,
but you quickly hit a ceiling.
You really do. I've hit this wall so many times. You start adding rules to the system instructions, right? You tell it to be a coding tutor, but also use this specific formatting and don't use these libraries. And, oh, read this 50-page documentation PDF.
And then it just breaks down.
It really does. The AI starts getting lazy. It cuts corners. It skips steps.
Yeah, that's what happens when system instructions get too long. The context window just gets completely crowded. It's like giving someone a 300-page manual and expecting them to remember the footnote on page 12 while they're cooking dinner.
Which is why Claude Skills was such a huge deal.
Exactly. Claude solved this by splitting the rules up into independent modules. They only load into the brain when they are specifically needed.
It keeps the main workspace totally clean. But Gemini doesn't have a native skills feature.
It doesn't. Officially.
Officially. But, and this is the mission for our deep dive today, we found a way, we have the framework to build a native feeling skills system for Gemini.
And honestly, it might actually be better than the official competitor versions.
Okay, that is a massive claim. So let's get right into the architecture. How do we actually do this?
It boils down to one simple equation. Custom gem plus NotebookLM equals skills for Gemini.
Custom gem plus NotebookLM. Okay. But we need to define some terms here before we get lost in the weeds.
Right.
The first big term is Gemini Skills, and we're not just using that as a generic phrase today.
No, not at all. Gemini Skills, in this context,
Yeah.
is a very specific thing. It's a ready-made system instructions template.
Like a master script?
Exactly. You paste this template into a custom gem, and it turns that gem into a traffic controller. It automatically activates all the routing logic and quality guardrails.
So the gem itself doesn't actually hold the knowledge?
No. The gem is just the manager. It figures out where to send the request.
Okay, got it. Which brings us to the second term we need to define, the index note.
Yes, the index note.
When I first saw this, I thought of like an old card catalog at a library.
That's actually a perfect way to think about it. The index note is just a navigation text file. You put it inside a NotebookLM notebook.
Because NotebookLM is where the actual files live.
Right. NotebookLM is your storage locker. But the gem needs to know what's in the locker, right? So the index note tells the gem, hey, this specific notebook contains your coding skill, and it tells the gem exactly how to use it.
Okay, so if I'm picturing this for everyone listening, imagine a wheel.
A hub and spoke model.
Yeah. In the center, you have the hub. That's your central custom gem running the Gemini Skills template.
Your brain.
Exactly. And sticking out from the hub are the spokes. And those spokes are your NotebookLM notebooks.
Right. So each notebook represents one specific skill. You have one notebook for coding, one for fitness, maybe one for travel.
So how does the automatic routing actually work? If I type in a prompt, how does the central gem know which spoke to use?
It uses a really clever 3-layer funnel logic that's built right into the Gemini Skills framework.
Okay, walk me through the funnel.
First, the gem extracts 2 or 3 keywords from your query. Then it searches the attached notebooks. But the third step is the crucial one. It uses forced chain of thought.
Forced chain of thought.
Or
Yes.
QT,
Okay.
right? Right, TQ. Normally, an AI just thinks invisibly and spits out an answer, but this framework forces the AI to explicitly list which modules matched your keywords in a visible thinking block right there on the screen before it's allowed to answer.
Wow, so it has to show its math.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
completely prevents the AI from just blindly guessing.
Okay, but what if I'm trying to trick it? What if I ask it about I don't know, running. And I happen to have a fitness notebook about running, but also a travel notebook about running through airports.
Ah, cross-module ambiguity.
Yeah. Does it just smash them together into some weird hybrid answer?
No, and that's the beauty of it. The system is explicitly designed not to merge them arbitrarily.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if it hits that ambiguity, it will stop and ask you a question. It'll say, do you want me to answer as your fitness coach or your travel agent?
Oh, I love that. Because usually AI just tries to be a people pleaser and gives you a hallucinated mess.
Exactly. It ensures reliability over a messy blend. It forces clarity.
So it's safe. But how does this actually compare to the official Claude skills? Are we just making a duct tape version of what Anthropic built?
Not at all. Head-to-head, this hack checks every single box.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamic dispatch.
Yes.
Knowledge injection. Yes.
Yes.
Lazy loading so the main context stays clean. Yes.
Okay, but there's an advantage we have, right? Because we're using NotebookLM.
Oh, a massive advantage. The multimodal advantage.
This is the part that absolutely blew my mind when I realized it.
Right, because Claude Skills is entirely text-based. You give it text files.
Mm.
But NotebookLM supports multimodal inputs.
Meaning I don't just have to use PDFs.
Nope. You can build a skill based on YouTube videos. You can upload audio files from a meeting.
So I could literally feed it a 2-hour YouTube tutorial on cooking, and that becomes its cooking skill.
Yes. Gemini Skills can literally watch the video and use that visual and audio data as a modular brain part. Claude Skills just can't do that.
That is wild. But okay, let's talk about the risks. Because anytime you add more modules and more complexity to an AI,
You increase the chance of hallucination,
right, it starts making things up.
which is why the Gemini Skills framework includes 5 guardrails. You have to have defenses.
Okay, let's go through these guardrails because they are serious business. What are the first two?
Guardrails 1 and 2 are basically behavioral corrections. First is anti-laziness.
Anti-laziness.
Right.
Yeah.
It literally forces the AI to execute every single step in a workflow. If your NotebookLM source material has a 10-step troubleshooting checklist, the AI cannot just skip to step 10 because it feels like summarizing.
I should do the work?
It has to do the work. And the second one is cognitive honesty.
Which means?
It is explicitly programmed to say, I don't know.
Which AI hates doing.
It really does.
Mm.
But this forces it to admit ignorance rather than inventing an answer if the specific notebook doesn't actually contain the data.
Okay, so that keeps it honest about what it knows. What about guardrails 3, 4, and 5?
So guardrail 3 is source traceability. It absolutely must cite the specific file it used from the notebook.
No invisible sourcing.
Right. Guardrail 4 is memory continuity.
Oh, this one is super interesting.
Yeah, the AI has to output a conversation state summary at the end of its response. Like it'll print out mode, fitness, status, plan created.
So it turns the user's chat screen into its own external memory.
Exactly, you become the memory bank. And finally, guardrail 5 is that forced chain of thought we talked about earlier.
Right, where it physically blocks the AI from answering until it logically maps the request to a module.
Exactly, it has to prove its logic path.
Okay, but, and I have to play devil's advocate here.
Go for it.
What if the AI just pretends? Like, what if it pretends it read the notebook, it hallucinates the citation, and it just makes up the answer anyway? Because we know RAG retrieval augmented generation has this fatal flaw where the AI will literally fake reading a document.
It's the biggest problem in RAG, yeah. But this framework has an ultimate weapon against it.
The verification codes.
Yes, the verification codes.
Yeah.
Or some people call it the watermark.
This sounded like absolute spycraft to me. How does this work?
It is brilliant in its simplicity. You physically embed a random code like a string of characters, say bracket system verification :pound EC-7X9P bracket into your source text.
So I just hide that random code at the bottom of my document before I upload it to NotebookLM.
Right. And here's the rule in the system instructions. If the AI's answer doesn't contain that exact code at the bottom of its response, it mathematically proves that the AI did not actually read the file.
Because there's no way an LLM could statistically guess that exact random string of letters and numbers unless it physically looked at the document in its context window.
Exactly. It's an undeniable proof of life.
That is so smart.
And it's automated too. The system instructions force the gem to check its own work. If it generates a response and realizes the code is missing, it triggers an automated error message.
So it tells on itself.
It does. It will literally output, warning, module config not successfully loaded.
Okay, I'm sold on the architecture. It's brilliant. But I can hear the listeners right now.
Oh, I know what they're saying.
They're saying, This sounds like an insane amount of manual data entry.
Yeah, writing out index notes, making up verification codes, embedding them in files. It sounds tedious.
It sounds like I'm going to spend all weekend formatting text files just to get my AI to work.
Which is why the framework includes an automation tool. It's called NotebookLM.
NotebookLM.
Yes, it is a separate, dedicated utility gem.
So we use an AI to build the AI.
Basically, yes. You just paste your raw, messy instructions into NotebookLM, and NotebookLM automatically generates the perfectly formatted index note.
Wow.
And it generates and inserts the verification codes for you.
So it completely eliminates the grunt work?
Completely. You just copy what it spits out and paste it into your notebooks.
Okay, let's make this actionable. Someone is sitting at their computer right now. They want to build this. Can we just run through the 6-step build guide?
Let's do it. Step 1, the notebook. You go into NotebookLM and create a dedicated notebook. This is your container for this specific skill.
Container created. Step 2.
Step 2, the index. You take that index note that NotebookLM generated for you, and you upload it into that new notebook. This is the map.
Step 3.
Step 3, the config. You upload your actual rule files, the files that have those hidden verification codes baked into them.
Okay, so the NotebookLM side is done. It has the map and the rules. Step 4.
Step 4, the gem. You go over to Gemini and you create a new custom gem. In the system instructions box, you paste the master Gemini Skills text.
That's the traffic controller template.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now your gem has the routing logic.
Step 5.
Step 5, the link. In your custom gem settings, you just connect the NotebookLM notebooks you made to the gem's knowledge section.
You literally just attached the spokes to the hub.
That's it.
Yeah.
Which brings us to step 6, the test.
The moment of truth.
You open the chat and ask it a question. And you're looking for 3 things.
Okay.
Did it show the thinking block? Did it cite the specific NotebookLM source? And finally, did it print the verification code at the very bottom?
And if the code is there, you know it worked.
You know it's not hallucinating. You have just successfully built a modular, multimodal, hallucination-resistant brain for Gemini.
Using nothing but a text template and NotebookLM, it really is incredible. It's entirely free. It takes maybe 10 minutes to set up once you know the steps, and it completely changes what Gemini is capable of.
It really does. It elevates it from a basic chatbot to a legitimate expert system.
You know, it leaves me with this one thought. We just built a deeply complex software architecture with routing, lazy loading, and security verification without writing a single line of traditional code.
Just well-structured English.
Right. If we can build a modular brain using just text prompts and notebooks, are we reaching the point where the actual software is no longer code? Is English just the new programming language?
It certainly feels that way.
And what happens when we start linking these NotebookLM tools together? When we have an AI that decides it needs a new skill, writes its own index note, generates its own verification codes, and expands its own modular brain without us ever touching the keyboard.
That is the big question.
Something for everyone to chew on. Go try building this yourselves. See how far you can push the multimodal features, and let us know what you come up with. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
See you next time.